So the mindfulness bell is a friend. It's saying, be still and know the I am that is God. And as James Twyman said in our non-dual class, the most powerful affirmation we can ever say is, I am here. And so when we ring the mindfulness bell, the invitation is to go home to the I am. And this is a lifelong endeavor. The calligraphy over my head, Thich Nhat Hanh, I have arrived, I am home, is such a sweet prayer for my soul. And when we come here to the CSL, this sacred space that we've created for 26 years now, every time I walk through the doors, I feel that I have arrived, I am home. In our beautiful sanctuary, with the yantras of the world's religion in the window. And so we open to the mystery of belonging to the universe. It never ceases to amaze me. This is the moment the Lord has made. Could I rejoice and be glad in it? Little affirmations that I say throughout the day. This too is good. This too is for God. And I demand to see the blessing. Or that one has been so helpful in this crazy year we've had. To open to the blessing. He who can see God in the smallest of things is better than seeing an angel. And so life is one beautiful dance of awareness. And so I invite you to enter into your body. Oh, this beautiful instrument that we've been given all these many, many years. And as you're sitting in your chair, you can do a little yoga, like let the shoulders go back and open your heart chakra. Let your face relax. I find myself with a little smile starting to form, and I feel the muscles in the face embracing the moment. Gratitude is filling my body, filling my heart. Grateful to see the loving faces when I come here. Grateful for the quiet, not only on the outside, but on the inside. So this is the day the Lord has made. We rejoice and are glad in it. Take a deep integrating breath. We give a sigh for the divine. Ah, we open our eyes, and there we are. It's so nice to see you, those of you who had the courage to come out today. And I was sharing in the revealing service, yesterday was my anniversary. My beloved partner, husband, he's a husband of mine. We had our 10th anniversary yesterday, August 22nd. 10 years ago, he came down. It's his half birthday, by the way. He came down the stairs 10 years ago. I says, what do you want to do on your half birthday? And he said, let's get hitched. And I went, oh, and he found the wedding chapel downtown, and we did the whole thing. And he even texted me yesterday and said, happy anniversary. Now that's 10 years that we've been legal. I guess you could say legal, but we've been together for 53 years. So it's something I'm very proud of. And there's so many things that I'm proud of. I'm doing this theme this month called Living in the Flow. And I've been doing ministry for 37 years. And I've known Al since he was a young filly, before you married Jody Rutenberg. I think I did that wedding, didn't I? Yeah. And I've had so many experiences in this center of love. And just yesterday, we got a photograph of a little dog named Molly. And Trey got it up in Maine. I got it here. And she's going to have her spayed tomorrow. And then she's going to find a home in our home. And the lady that's fostering her, named Connie, she said, and oh, she loves the men. And she had a photograph of Molly on the chest of her husband, and he's licking his face. And I said, okay, so we're getting this crazy little dog named Molly in a week. I'm thinking, and it's yet another gift that life is bringing our way, living in the flow. Be receptive when the good, the God shows up at your doorstep. And so this Sunday, there's 5 talks in this Sunday, Living in the Flow. Week number 4 is, what is the work of love in this flow? The work of love. I think Kelly has a song that she wants to present to us about love. And what is this thing called love? This crazy thing called love. The Bible says God is love. Live in the question and feel the answer.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. Sing with me. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. Again. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. One more time. There is only love. There is only heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Last line. There is only love.
Thank you so much. It's always good to launch ourselves into that vibration of love, a love that heals, a love that sets us free. God is love. And when you're loving, you're being godlike. I pulled up my Llewellyn Van Lee. I'm teaching him right now. We're doing the alchemy of light. And in the Sufi tradition, they talk about all is love and all is light. And Llewellyn wrote this beautiful book called For the Love of the Real. And he talks about this love in a very mystical sort of way. And I like to leap into the consciousness of the teachers. And so this is a little bit of Llewellyn Van Lee, my Sufi teacher. He says, the absolute draws us back to itself. And it also opens our eyes to the real with a capital R, Ed, within creation. We find the real within creation. It's everywhere. And it allows us to see what is hidden within life. And this is life's great secret. So could we open to the mystery of belonging to the universe? There is no spot where God is not. And that's why you're having all these breakthroughs, Ed. It's legion. It's using you. He says, perhaps most importantly, we have forgotten the deepest purpose of being human. How we participate in the unfolding of the real that is within us and all around us. Use me, oh God. This life belongs to you. And it will inform us. It will guide us every step of the way. You haven't seen anything yet, Ed. It's using you. And he says, and when so much has been lost and forgotten, the danger is that we will remain caught in old patterns of illusion without the ancient tools that can help us understand the real nature and purpose of life itself. It's in the darkness of forgetting, in the dying of the light, it is essential to return to what is real and true. And that's why the alchemy of light is his latest work. There's this light within that is guiding us. And could we let that break away the old ways of looking at things and discover something that is as vital as it ever was? So it's for the love of what is real, he says. It says that, and in the core of our being, we carry the imprint of the absolute with a capital A and the core of reality with a capital R, the source of all, because without it, there would be no existence. It is within us and it's all around us, and it's time to tune in. This is at the very beginning of the book, Sylvia. And he said, even when all else has been distorted, one thing remains, and that is the thread of truth. It leads us out of the maze of our forgetfulness and into a remembrance of what is real. They say all is forgetting and remembering. When I forget who I am, I think I'm separate. There's a me and a you, Sylvia. When I remember who I am, I remember that it's all the beloved, it's all the light, it's all the love. And he goes on to say at the very end, it is a light that is older than darkness, a memory from before our mind ever was there. You're accessing inherent wisdom, Ed. It's coming from source. There is a need to return to this knowing, that's that gnosis, and to stay true to this divine imprint, to its call with our response, and to bring this imprint from the innermost depths of our being back through the veils of forgetfulness into creation, back through both the in and the out breath, back into consciousness, back into life. So we're accessing something that is ancient and eternal, and it's coming up through all of us, and that's the flow of love. To do small things with great love. And that's why it's so fun getting a new little dog, because there's going to be some great love. And I can't wait for Al to sleep with her. Al stayed at our house when Trey and I were up in Maine, and I said, you're going to have to sleep with the pug. And Al stayed at the house in the guest bedroom, and he slept with Humphrey. And when Humphrey made his transition, Al sent me a little text. And first he said, I said, how was it sleeping with Humphrey? He said, he hogged the bed. But then after that, he said, but Humphrey taught me how to love with my heart. And I thought, what a beautiful thing to say. Humphrey taught him how to love with his heart. And he asked me, and I said, I still feel him because the love doesn't die. Isn't that the strangest thing, Judy Graff? The love doesn't die. It's something really special. So with this flow of love, the teacher that I met after my heart attack was a young man named Jeff Foster. And he talked about the deepest acceptance of life with all of its foibles. It's not just the stuff that's happy-go-lucky. No, even in the deepest things, you get to accept it. And in that acceptance, you find the transformation. So I wanted to dive just a little bit into Jeff and see how he would say to use this flow of love. I went to the back of the book. And he said, yes, there is this beautiful paradox in the spiritual awakening journey. Life is already complete. It's radically complete right here and now, and there's nothing wrong with you. Even in your imperfections, you are perfect exactly as you are. Isn't that nice to know we're perfectly imperfect, Thomas? You don't have to fix anything. And so then Jeff goes on to say, can you admit that who you are, you really are, is vast enough to contain all of life, the good and the not so good? Could we embrace all of it, even those pain things that you're facing, Ed? He says, look at your life. The invitation is everywhere. It is there in the joy, and it's also in the pain. It's in the boredom and in the excitement. It's in the grief and also in the ecstasy. It's in the sweetness and in the bitterness. It's at your birth, and it's even there on our deathbed. The invitation is here in every single moment of this journey, the fragile gift of life that we so easily take for granted. And right now, even as you read these words, it is gently calling you back to yourself. That's the last sentence of the book. It's calling you back to yourself. Let me just get a little bit of the love here. Jesus said, you have to lose your life in order to save it. In the place where I would expect to find a separate solid entity called a me, all I can really find is this amazing dance of waves with nothing separate from myself and anything around me. And in the absence of me, I find this love, this presence that is in the world. The world and I are in love. In the true meaning of the word love, I lose identification with my life and I discover my inseparability from all life. And then this love is so much bigger. It includes everything. It embraces everything, even the smallest of things. We were talking about all these little critters in our revealing service. Adam has a little squirrel that's moved into his house. And oh my God. And then he says, Jeff, he says, I am life itself. And he quotes Nisargadatta, his teacher. Nisargadatta says, wisdom says I am nothing, but love says I am everything. Wisdom says I am no thing that's separate from you. Love says I am everything. And then you hear that song, It Is Only Love. We meet the love in all of life. And he says, what you are is this vast open space in which everything happens. And the recognition of that brings clarity and also brings wisdom. Clarity and wisdom are not complete without their true reflection, which is love. That's the flow that we need. We need to love even the smallest of things. The love comes from the recognition that as an open space, as the ocean of love, what you are unconditionally and deeply accepts all the waves on that ocean and all the sights and the sounds and the smells and the sensations that appear in life. Everything is the beloved, and the recognition of this is all healing. He says, and in this deepest acceptance, mind and heart become one. Nothing is everything. And they were never two separate beings. Mental clarity and certainty give way to the deepest acceptance of every moment, because all we ever have is the moment. And that is where the war ends. The war ends when we enter into the moment, and we're not fighting about the past. We're not projecting about a future when things will be better. No, we're in the sacred now. The war ends, and we're here now. And then you hear that beautiful Ram Dass little book, Be Here Now. And the last book that he wrote at the end of his life was Be Love Now. So we're in this sacred moment, and whatever arises, love that. So thank you, Jeff Foster. Wherever you find your life at this stage, could we open to that? I taught this lovely little class that was such a hit, and it was called Whatever Arises, Love That by Matt Kahn. And he has a little website, and a lot of people listen to him daily when he does his little blurbs. Whatever arises, love that. You know, my neighbor that lives right next to me, she was with this man for many, many years, and he was struggling, and he was on hospice at the end. And she told me, he transitioned a week ago. She said he kept saying to her, I'm ready to leave. I have been fighting to stay here. And she said, just fight a little longer, fight a little longer. And he said, you know, I can't do it anymore. And he just slipped out of his body. And she was telling me, as hard as it is to let him go, she said, I feel him there all the time. And the dog was so attached to him. So she said, he had a chair in the house. She said, I sat in the chair and Buddy the dog jumped on my lap. And she said, we felt that he was holding us in his loving embrace. So in death, she's as close to him as she was in life. Whatever arises, love that. And here's what Matt Kahn says. He says, you are allowing the grace of love then to transform how you relate to this lifetime of experience. Whatever the experience is, even in death, you're going to find an overwhelming amount of love. He says, your willingness to embrace your heart like a child that's in pain, no matter how that child in your heart is feeling, if it's fearful, if it's agitated, if it's grieving, if it's guilty, if it's jealous or angry or hateful or hurt, when returning to love, you become your primary response, then every emotion acts as an invitation into a more spiritually aligned existence. No matter what arises, you love that, Babette. Isn't that fun? And you're a grandma now, and so you know what that means. Getting this new dog, if I have to bring it to the center, because Humphrey had separation anxiety, I couldn't leave him at home alone. And he was fine. He basically lay in a bed. But if I have a 1-year-old, she'll probably run around the sanctuary. So I called Babette and said, will you look after Molly if she wants to? Hopefully she doesn't have separation anxiety, but embracing your feelings with your heart-centered attention, you are then equally helping to dissolve old patterns of judgment throughout the collective unconscious. It's not just your conscious you're dealing with the world that's around you, because we're all interconnected. And so he goes on to say, Matt Kahn, each one represents moments from the past where your feelings or experiences may have been judged as bad versus good. And there she is. Hi, beloved. And we get to experience ourselves and all the stuff that's hanging out here. So loving what arises will help you unearth a greater cosmic picture, even in the most subtle or uneventful moments of your life. Sometimes it may be difficult to believe, but everything in reality only seems that way because it is so that you can recognize there is an invitation to harmonize with the light of the divine will. You're bringing in this awareness that this too is for me. Trey was a school teacher, and he used to come home with the craziest stories, Judy. And in fact, there is no other reason that something would come into view, no matter where the finger of blame tends to point. When you point your finger at something, 3 point back at you. So look at what you're pointing toward. He says, with every step forward along the heart-centered path, you then are able to clear away confusion by acknowledging the most pivotal reasons that anything emerges to the forefront of your life. To embrace what's right there, Al Underbrink. Beyond the outdated beliefs of your old thoughts, you create a reality where there's an old karmic punishment for past indiscretions. Each emotional surge invites you to welcome in yourself all that has yet to be faced, acknowledged, or honored in anyone else. And in the most honest and intimate way, then, you are able to resolve every conflict that has been stored up in your cellular memory. Holy cow, you're going to do some deep healing here. This too is coming up to be met. And, with 53 years together with the same man, boy, do we have some family stuff together that we've shared. And it's quite wonderful. Projected into appearances in the world around you. Whether everything's underlined with red ink. You always trust in the power of this love to make things right on your behalf. You trust in this love to make things right on your behalf, no matter what it is. And he says right here at the end, each time you are able to love what arises, you're not only releasing cellular debris out of your own body, but you're unraveling judgments out of your subconscious mind, the stuff that's been in there for maybe a long time. And the more judgments are unraveled throughout this simple process, the easier your heart is able to remain open to what is. It's so funny because I'm one of the last remnants of the Leonards, because my dad is gone, my mother's gone, my brother's gone, my sister's gone, and there's just me and my little sister now. And you get this beautiful kind of balcony look at the past, and I can see where they kind of live in me, or at least parts of them try to live in me. And I can smile at that and say, no, I've been following this path of love, not judgment, not condemnation. And it's setting me free. And so simply, you repeat this one phrase, I love you. And you become the source of your own fulfillment while rewriting your subconscious mind with consistency, with patience, and with ease. Boy, Ed, that's what you get to say. I love you, whatever arises. And when you say I love you, it lets go on the subconscious level and it just falls away. This too is for me. And then whatever the manifestation, maybe it's pain, it's manifested by saying, I love this thing. In that love, and I accept the blessing that you're teaching me. Oh, and you can kind of stretch it out. Oh, yes, I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. What arises, love that. It's a love revolution that has to begin with each one of us. Oh, isn't it so simple, Sylvia? It's so darn simple. And then last but not least, I went to my soulmate, the Anamkara, John O'Donohue. He was the monk that left the Catholic Church, said there was too much sin there. And he talks about finding an Anamkara, a soul friend. And you have, when you find it within yourself, you find the Anamkara everywhere. And boy, it's even in death, the Anamkara. Oh my God. He says right here, the human heart is never completely born. We're always getting more and more into this experience. He says the human face is an icon of creation. Each person also has the inner face, which is always sensed but never seen. This inner face. You know, Kelly has such a pretty face, but when her soul starts to shine through it, there's a light that comes on. The heart is the inner face of your life. And the human journey strives to make this inner face more beautiful. It is here that love gathers within you, and love is absolutely vital for our human life. For love alone can awaken what is divine within us. Love alone can awaken what is divine within us. And in love, you grow and you come home to your true nature. When you learn to love and to let yourself be loved, then you come home to the hearth of your own spirit. To let yourself love and to let yourself be loved, you come to the hearth of your own spirit. He goes on to say, and once the soul awakens, the search begins and you can never go back again. Divine love brought us together and maintains together in harmony and balance those who belong together. Divine love is doing all of this. So from then on, you are inflamed with a special longing that will never again let you linger in the lowlands of complacency and partial fulfillment. You don't want what you thought you wanted before. You want this true divine expression where we're one. This eternal self makes you urgent, and you are loath to let compromise or the threat of danger hold you back from striving toward the summit of fulfillment. And when this spiritual path opens, you can bring an incredible generosity to the world and to the lives that are all around you. Sometimes it's easy to be generous outward and to give and to give and to give and to remain ungenerous to yourself, but not anymore. Let's skip over to, oh, there goes my penguin down. I'll go to the end. Two people who love each other should never feel called to explain to an outside party why they love each other or why it is that they belong together. The place that they belong is a secret place. Their souls know that they are together and that they should trust in this togetherness, that secret place. And I have a picture of Vandana Sravasana, this young lady that came to the center, and we met in that love. And she died relatively young, but she's still with me. Thank you. This lady was in church last Sunday, and she came up and she said, oh my God, I have the same penguin at home. How is it that you have the same penguin that I have? I said, I don't know. I guess there were two of them when they were made, but anyway, she's not here today. A person should always offer a prayer of gratefulness for the love that has awakened within them. And when you feel that love for your beloved and the beloved's love for you, now and again, you should offer the warmth of your love as a blessing for those who are damaged and unloved. You know, just to feel this overwhelming love that we have in this space, and it flows back and forth from heart to heart. Send that love out into the universe, out into the world. So good to see Al when he shows up. He just comes with that open heart of his. And when you send that love out from the bountifulness of your own love, it then reaches other people. And this love is the deepest power that any of us can do in prayer. Just to send this love out to the whole universe, Miss Barbara, has no limits. And then finally at the end, he says, prayer is the act and presence of sending this light from the boundlessness of this divine love to the world so that it might heal and might find freedom and bless the world, to send this love out into the universe. And where there's love in your life, you should share it spiritually with those who are pushed at the very edge of life. And there is a lovely idea in the Celtic tradition that if you send out goodness from yourself, or if you share what is, which is happy and good within you, it will come back to you multiplied by 10,000. What you sow is what you're going to reap. And in the kingdom of love, there is no competition, there is no possessiveness, and there is no control. There is just this love that flows from everyone. There's a little bird looking out the window at you. It's so funny. Nature is, the birds are really nesting in my yard, and it's so fun to see all the baby birds and the mother birds. And so he says, we need to return to the solitude within ourselves and find again the dream that lies in the heart of our soul. And we need to feel this dream with the wonder of a child approaching the threshold of a discovery, to be like a child if you would enter into this consciousness of inner beingness. And he says, and when we rediscover this childlike nature within us, we enter into the world of gentle possibilities. Consequently, we will find ourselves more frequently in this place of ease, delight, and celebration. The false burdens seem to fall away, and we come into the rhythm with ourselves. Our clay shape gradually learns to walk beautifully on this magnificent earth, where everywhere we go, we see ourselves there, walking on this earth in a sacred way. Sylvia said she went for a 6-mile walk yesterday, where every step was a blessing. So can we do a little bit of that song again?
Sure.
And Robert, you want to walk down with a little collection and see if anybody has anything they want to put in it? Thank you for your ties.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. Sing with me. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. Again. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Last line. is only God.
Oh, beautiful. And will you ring the bell for me one more time? Ah, yes, the old friend. Thank you for this journey of love, for this reminder that the sacred moment is always waiting for our attention. This is the moment the Lord has made. Could I rejoice and be glad in it? Love has awakened within the foundation of my soul, and the light of the beloved is illuminating every moment of this journey to nowhere, this journey to now, here. And we feel that connection so deeply. And we rest as that awareness. Divine love brings together and maintains together in harmony and balance those who belong together. And so this divine love brought us here this morning so that we might remember, we might realign, we might recommit to this wonderful, wonderful dance that we do. So with a deep breath, let's give it a little sigh for the divine ha. And we'll make a tiny little circle here. Thank you for showing up today.